under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. Baby, I just wanna be alone. I don't need your company, stop blowing up my phone. You don't get the things that I've been through, and I don't have the time to lay it all in front of you. And you think that you wanna save me. You don't know it, baby, why you do this? I got this under control. You think you do, but you really don't know that I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. No, I don't need a savior. You can't be my savior. I'll save myself. I'll save myself. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer.
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back here for Saturday Night Rocket League, the Saturday Night Rocket League debut. of season number 5. We've got Motion taking on Ascension here on the main stream. I'm Rocker Man here. We're rocking the Bucks jersey for Game 7, Bucks in 7. By the way, but I got to shout him out here. We also got Bagels on the call. What's up, Bagels?
Doing good. Excited to see the grand finals rematch of these two teams, but a little bit of a different rosters, but still the Ascension and Motion names on the line here to start off the season for the first Saturday Night Rocket League of the season. But important game, but perhaps some, including you, might say the Bucks game is perhaps more important.
Hey, no, I love my Saturday Rocket League debut. I will be watching the Saturday Rocket League. I'll be watching it all night, but I will also be watching the Bucks game. But we don't need to worry about the Bucks game. That's no matter here. I just want to explain why I got the Giannis jersey on instead of the normal get up. But yeah, tonight we've got Saturday Night Rocket League. It's good to be back on Saturday night here. And this one, Bagels. I think this is probably the perfect match to kick off the season. Maybe we could add another championship rematch. But Ascension versus Motion last season went all the way to 7. I mean, I was a part of that team, so obviously I enjoyed that series. But it's good to get these two contenders back and for a new season here.
Yeah, and then not only the names on the line, like I was saying earlier, but we have two different championship players for Motion. We have God Gamer moving up from all the way from novice to acceleration, and then on the other side we got Pie Goat
Mm.
coming in from the Origin squad, moving up to the Challenger League. So two champions going to be facing off in the second match to start off the season here. So a little bit of a sparring match to potentially see how the rest of the season is going to go between these two teams if they're going to potentially be making their way back to grand finals yet again.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. And early on in week 1, you want to make a statement. I know for Motion here, dropping into Game 7, obviously different rosters, pretty much all around. But Motion looking to make kind of a revenge type of statement here. Losing in that Game 7, trying to make it known that hey, new season, new us. We're looking to come back at you guys and defending champions here. In Ascension, completely different roster here. We've got Teskimo, Hunter, and Pygo. And then yeah, it looks like got Josh, God Gamer, and Tyler on the other side of things. So this should be interesting, because anyone you're looking out for specifically? I know you kind of mentioned a couple of the past champions, but anyone else in specific that we're looking for in this one?
I mean, I'm looking at Teskimo for the side of Ascension because I know he's a former rival league player, but
Mhm.
he kind of had a series of times where he wasn't really active as a player, so I'm not sure how much he's been playing the game recently. But on the other side, I'm looking at him for Ascension, and then on the other side, I'm looking at God Gamer coming all the way up from Novice. He definitely was playing outside of his skill boundaries for sure down in Novice. So I think this will be a good litmus test to see if he actually belongs in Challenger or if maybe he just got lucky with the ranked. But I have a feeling he could compete with the best of them up here from what I've seen.
All right, well, we're gonna have to see. We got him joining the lobby here, Bagel. So last thing before we get these boys rocking and rolling, you got a prediction for
I
us
know what
here?
you're gonna say.
You got,
This.
you got it.
I normally I'm pretty spot on, but honestly, I don't know what to go with here. But maybe I'll just let the rocker man bias sway me. I'll go Ascension. Maybe Ascension in a 3-1. Ascension 3-1.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to see here. I also would love to be rocking with my Ascension boys, but we're gonna have to see how it's gonna play out here as we're finally getting things going here in game number 1. The Saturday Night Rocket League debut is underway, and as we get it going, shout out to Goff for the resub for 10 months and Spork with 100 bits. As we get things underway here, we got red and blue rocking on the field. Have to say, looking pretty clean out here. Motion in the blue here. They're rocking with Tyler, Josh, and God Gamer, who's subbing up as a prospect subbing. So we're gonna have to see how he's gonna perform. And then Ascension in the red there with Pygo, Hunter, and Teskimo. And that's an interesting thing to note about the Motion roster. Got or Game Captain, excuse me, coming in as the sub.
Yeah, definitely. Could be a little interesting. I'm not exactly sure who's on their full roster, but either way, Ascension with the double predictions coming out from us is going to strike first there and a good shot from Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter just dropping this one off the ground right towards the back of the net. No one quite quick enough there on the Motion side. So a great first start if you're the Ascension boys. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see. It's always tough when you have to sub up from a lower league. And I know, actually, something to note here. I think this Bengals is really the first real games that this Ascension roster is getting together. As Pygo is coming through with the dunk there, they put Ascension up 2-0.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's just the subbing, at least as far as this opening minute is concerned, but in motion they're just looking a little slow at the moment. And both times Josh slash God Gamer was the last player back, and he just got beat, and Pyko just rolled straight through him like a freight train.
Yeah, Pygo, the man from Origin, and that's the one thing about Challenger League and a lot of things in Nemesis in general. The speed. You talked about him moving up from novice to challenger. That's a big jump. He definitely gained a lot of MMR, and he was a great player in the novice league, one of the best in novice. And now Josh, who is God Gamer, he's got to see if he can stay up to the speed, stay up to pace, as people have moved up, and he's moved up into the Challenger League now. Um, and we'll have to see here early on if that'll be a hindrance or not.
Yeah, I mean, it just saw him pull off a decent air dribble to basically clear it past all three defenders and put a lofty or a little slow roller on net. But maybe individually as a player, he might be able to be successful in Challenger. But as we all know, Rocket League, you can't strictly be a solo player. You need to be able to incorporate your team. And with the novice subbing, or excuse me, the prospect subbing at a game captain right there, could be a little hard for them. But again, I think this is the first two matches on stream for both these two teams, so perhaps a little bit of nerves. Maybe the team colors are getting to him, who knows? But either way, it's the first game in the series, and a 2-goal comeback with just over halftime left is not insurmountable.
Yeah, definitely not. And there's always a little bit of nerves, especially when you guys are kicking off the Saturday Rocket League debut. Everyone loves the Saturday Rocket League, so I know I might be a little bit nervous if I was one of these players. This is a pinch coming out. Oh my goodness, could be saved away by Pygo, but game captain trying to keep it in. And so far, Motion only with one shot, but Ascension they've only got three here, so shot totals not really getting up there quite yet. Still just about halfway to go in game number one. Ascension with the early 2-0 lead, as now they're looking for more. Hunter trying to drop it down, but unable to connect his Teskimo. Throwing it back in, an awkward touch. Or game captain, excuse me. Keep thinking that's God Gamer with the numbers at the end. A game captain able to get the clear away, and yeah, so far so good for game captain. He's subbing up from the prospect league. We talked a little bit about him. He's made some good touches on the defensive end and kept his team out of danger, but defense can only hold on so long. They're going to have to find some offense here now, Bagels, with a minute 30 remaining.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of defense has been being played on both sides. In fact, you mentioned the low shot totals earlier, and perhaps a feeling out game for this game one here in the series. But if you're motion, you got to be hurting, because those first two goals were really kind of goals that probably should not have gone in that opening minute, and ever since then they've been playing some pretty stalwart defense. But definitely the offense has got to get rolling here. It's a demo coming out, but just can't seem to get anything going as of right now.
Yeah, still down 2-0 here. A minute remaining in game number one. As Motion trying to get back on the offense. A nice touch pass from Tyler out to game captain, leaving Teskimo alone in the net, but that is where Teskimo thrives. Seen him before in Nemesis, former rival league member, as you talked about, along with Hunter on this Ascension squad. These guys have chemistry dating back to the old season one here, as Pygo looking for a fake. So they've got that chemistry. Teskimo, a defensive madman, but he can get some offense going when needed. And Motion, he said, still looking for that offense. We talked about having one shot earlier, but still only two shots, both from game captain, the prospect sub up. So really nothing threatening for Motion is now. Final 20 seconds here. Hunter trying to find that read, but a little bit awkward. Teskimo coming in, looking for the shot. Hunter trying to get in the way. Pygo gonna fake challenge there as Motion trying to make something happen here. A great pass in the middle. Tyler just skies it off the backboard there. A tough read as Pygo clears it down, and game captain throws it in his own net. A tough one there, and that's gonna seal the deal as Pygo gets a goal.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate to see the own goal, but at this point the game was already over here for game one. But I mean, again, before the third shot came on right there, or excuse me, they still only have two. Game captain with the only two shots, and maybe it kind of speaks a little bit to the prospect level, is that he had a lot of time to work with on one of those chances when Teskimo was last back, and he kind of just rifled the shot. If he took a little bit more time. Maybe a bounce shot to put it either farther left or farther to the right could have gone in. And then we saw that last infield pass play right there. A little bit too fast of a play to develop, and Motion just couldn't capitalize. But either way, that's some good confidence going into game two there from Motion. They gave up the 2 goals early, but definitely a solid way to end the game, even with the own goal.
Yeah, I mean, and Motion, it didn't really seem like they played too poorly here. I mean, Ascension, they got the 2 early goals and then one kind of finisher there at the end. So really, Motion not too bad of a game here, but Ascension, kind of led by Bygo there, who's coming up from last season's Origin, the Prospect champions. He kind of led the way with Hunter and Teskimo, close behind, but Bagels, Motion, they've got to find a way to get more than 2 shots this game. Otherwise, the chances are going to be very slim here.
Yeah, I mean, other than that last play, it kind of just seemed like they were just struggling to get out of their half, and any half chances or full chances they may have had were solo efforts. And I mean, other than that, they just got to try and work together to get the ball out on defense, get something going for themselves, because it didn't even seem like Ascension were pressuring them that much. It just seems like Motion, not really quite sure what repertoire they have, but it just seemed like they weren't able to play the game they wanted. They were just kind of stuck and slow to rotate out.
Yeah, and that could be one of those things here. Obviously having not your main roster here on Motion's end could be tough. As
Oh
Pygo,
my!
oh my goodness, Pygo with the angle.
And this is why he's called Pie Goat, leading Origin to the Season 4 championship. High off the backboard. God Gamer can't make the read and slots it perfectly.
Oh my goodness, yeah, Pie Goat indeed as he puts that one home. What a shot from him to kick things off in game number 2 for Ascension, and right back to where they were. And wow, right back in the lead. They've been in the lead for so much of this game, Bagels, and both these games started with a quick goal for them, and that's got to be a little bit disheartening, especially when you get a goal like that.
Yeah, that was just a solid chance. And at the challenger level, it's kind of hard to hold on a
My
second. He's
goodness!
just going off. He cannot be stopped. Pygoat on the field again. 2 goals in the opening minute, but much more in dramatic fashion this time.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness!
Somebody stop this man.
Somebody stop this man indeed, as he just throws back-to-back backboard reads in the back of the net. And, well, we talk about demoralizing. That's just, I don't know, that's one of those ones, Bagels, if you got to question yourself in this series when someone's hitting those on you.
Yeah, I mean, I could venture to say half the Titan players currently probably couldn't hit that shot. And, I mean, my goodness, it was just a hell of a display of mechanics. I mean, a challenger double tap is nothing to be scoffed at, but that that was something else right there.
Wow, that was great indeed. Pygo showing up here, say, hey, I can carry in prospect, and I can come out here and show up in challenger too, as he puts in 2 magnificent goals to start things off here. And Ascension out in the lead. Yeah, they did play a game on Monday, but actually the game that they did win against the Hellcats, they didn't have Hunter and Teskimo, so only Pygo and the last season Origin roster on Monday pulling out the sweep. So Pygo's got some games in the Challenger League, but this is the first couple for Hunter and Teskimo, and really the first team games that they're getting. And really so far, Bagels, as the GM, I'm liking what I'm seeing from these guys.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, you mentioned Hunter as here's a half chance, but Josh, he can't convert on the opportunity high off the post. Game captain there. And honestly, the prospect sub been looking pretty good for Motion these first 2 games.
Yeah, he is. Right as I say that, the caster's curse comes out, and game captain, he's really been the only one with the offense for Motion, surprisingly, as I believe 2 shots in the last game, 2 shots in this one, and now the first goal on the board for Motion. So finally able to break through. And yeah, you're right. I'm also liking what I'm seeing from the game captain here, as he was able to find the first goal. So good on him.
And coming up with another big save right there to stop the early transition off the kickoff, and definitely impressed with him so far. And if he's playing this well in Challenger, I'm not quite sure what his teammates are looking like, but look out for velocity and prospect as well.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see here as an attempt comes through. Hunter can't quite slot it, as a nice little pass over. Ascension trying to keep this offense going. As this one popped up high, Teskimo off the backboard, looking for a backboard read, but not this time. As Josh on the wall here, not much boost to work with, but he's gonna send it down. As Hunter making the catch, Tyler diving in. This one pops up, Pygo already there, beating the defender to it off the backboard. Josh able to clear it to the side here. Is this one up? Teskimo unable to find the touch as Pygo keeping things up, and now Bagels things settling down a little bit here. As Ascension still holding on in that 2-1 lead, both off of those crazy goals from Pygo. And Motion, they found one, but that's all they found is that open net. Gonna come in Pygo with the hat trick. A nice pass from Teskimo, and Ascension back to a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent pass from Teskimo, but primarily, I think Tyler and Josh, either one of them could have rotated back to net, and nobody was just there. And luckily, the speed of Pygo is just able to beat out that final defender there, and Ascension coming back to a 2-goal lead as Motion were just finally starting to be able to withstand the pressure from Pygo and company, but not for long, it seems.
And now they're back under fire again as Hunter just drops it down. A double commit comes out. Josh trying to get to this one, but Pygo, he sends it off the backboard. Going to let that one down. The attempt coming through. Teskimo going to leave it for Hunter, who's off the backboard. Teskimo coming in again, this time just a little bit wide. This one goes off to the corner. As Pygo trying to work something around here. Hunter staying close on this one as it's popped up in the middle. Pygo dropping it down towards the net, but Tyler with a nice save, and now only a minute remaining here in game 2. Motion still Bagels. It seems like it's been that way these first 2 games, just fighting from behind and just trying desperately to make something happen.
Yeah, and again, not that many shots coming out from Motion, but then again, on the other side, they got 4 shots, but only 2 of them have needed to be saved, so 2 missing their mark. Pygo trying again for a high-flying backboard play, but another good save from Game Captain,
Oh
who's
my.
continuing to be the stellar performer here from Motion with the sub in.
Yeah, Game Captain, he's looking like, if you told me before it's Pygo, why not put a 4th in here? This man is fighting for that player of the week, but speaking on Game Captain here, is we see a beautiful pass from Hunter, dropping it down, and Pygo, too much speed. Send that one in the back of the net. But yeah, if I didn't hear that from Goff there, and I didn't check the rosters before this game, Bagels, I don't know if I would have been able to tell you that Game Captain was a prospect. He's playing great.
Yeah, no, he's looking good. And honestly, on the side of Motion, individually, when I see these Motion players on the ball, they're not doing terrible things. It just, maybe as a team, the composure and composition just isn't there right now. Maybe calm's an issue as well, but I mean, there's Tyler right there. He's just beating these defenders. Another play developing, but nothing going to come of it as Ascension will take it 4-1 here in game 2 to go up 2-0 in the series. But it just seems like, as a whole, Motion just doesn't have it. And then on the other side, you got 15 shots coming out from Ascension, just the state of being outclassed by the other team here.
Yeah, really a dominating performance from Ascension in this game number 2. And Game Captain has left the lobby. I hope he's staying in because he seemed to be giving them their best opportunity, but we'll have to see. But yeah, Ascension, a really great performance there in this one, and really, I mean, it was all led by those first 2 Pyro goals. And Bagels, I'm still kind of crazy about those. Like you said, there's some Titan people that would struggle to hit those shots the way he did, and to start it off like that in game number 2 with a bang, that was very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a lucky setup because he was perfectly able to get his flip reset on it and go for the double tap. But I mean, nonetheless, to be able to have the wherewithal to realize, A, you got your flip, and B, to put it top left right below the crossbar. I mean, that's no slouch of a shot for sure. And I mean, right after the double tap read, I mean, he went 2 for 2 game 1, 4 for 6 game 2. I mean, he's already got 6 goals in the series, and it's only been 2 goals or 2 games, excuse me.
Yeah,
As the players have joined the lot. Is everybody in the lobby?
I think we're still missing one. I think we're still missing one. Oh wait, there is Seuss Jr. The sub is well, I guess he's not the sub. The main starter has come back, so things are getting a little bit interesting here now. As Motion has taken out Game Captain, as we head into game number 3 here. Will that be the difference, Bagels here? I'm not sure. I mean, Game Captain seemed like he was. I mean, no offense to those Challenger players, but he seemed like the best player on the roster in that last one.
Yeah, I mean, he really did seem to be standing out on defense, and it seems like most of the time Motion have gotten scored on, it's been Josh last back. And when Josh is on the ball and has control of the ball, he looks like a confident player, but seeming to be on defense time and time again. He's been last back and just either unable to stop Pygoat and company from clipping on him, or just a lapse in rotation to give away an easy goal there to Ascension. But either way, with Seuss Jr. in the game now, I mean, it's almost been a minute yet, and Ascension hasn't scored, so maybe it was just easy as that.
Maybe so, but Pygo is on the ball right here. He's pinching it towards the net. Tyler making a save, and yeah, we're gonna have to see if this lineup, maybe that's all it takes. Sometimes you'll see is a little bit of a double commit comes out there. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of a roster switches. Josh is looking for a double tap here, but Pygo barely able to connect and get it away, and maybe getting back to your main roster who they practice a lot with could be the difference here, as they're hoping to avoid getting swept in game number 3. Ascension up 2-0 and looking for one there, but Seuss Jr. able to clear it away, but Teskimo keeping it in off the backboard, going to pop it up high. Just a little bit wide. Pygo waiting on this one. And now Josh sending this one up, looking for some mechanics. Hunter going to clear it off his back wall. Is this one, another one sent towards the net, Pygo. It doesn't look like he has much boost to work with as this one sent off to the side. Hunter faked out a little bit by Tyler. A little bit awkward in the corner there, but still, I mean, so far, Bagels, shots relatively even, 3-2 in favor of Ascension, but Motion looking a little bit better overall, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they haven't gotten scored on twice in the first minute, so anything's an improvement over that over the first 2 games, but a big whiff after Seuss Jr. made a clutch save just a minute ago. Couldn't find contact right there.
Yeah, tough one there, and sometimes those misses happen, and Tyler forced to try to get back to it, but yeah, tough miss puts Pygo, puts another goal to Pygo's record here in this series, as he scored pretty much all of them. I don't remember how many he scored in game 1 Bagels, but he's got at least 5 in this series now.
He's got 7 right now.
He's got 7.
He's got 7, and the third game isn't even over yet.
My goodness, yeah, that is a very impressive performance so far. But can they close it out here? Motion still looking to make something happen here as Josh can't connect off the backboard. This ball hanging out in the midfield, looking for an opportunity here. Pygo harassing the man in net, and he actually saves the ball out there. But is it a pass? It is. It works out to Teskimo, and he's saying no problem in chat, because I think that's a little calculated.
Yeah, I mean, that's just such an awkward play, but I mean, really, I think it was Tyler in the midfield. He had to be the guy to touch that ball to even avoid that ball going on the net as a shot. And he tried to maybe get a softball pass over to Josh in the corner, but really, as they're going to get one back right here, he should have just dished it into his own corner, but all is remedied, I suppose.
Yeah, as Teskimo drops this one up, Hunter diving a little bit too early maybe, trying to get too aggressive, and on the kickoff, going to make them pay is Tyler. And there we go, Motion able to find a goal here. They're trying to fight back for this reverse sweep, but Ascension, I don't know the statistic, Bagels, but they had to have been leading for so long in this game as Pygo puts one in. I don't think Motion has led yet, and Pygo, he's the main reason why.
Yeah, and I'm surprised the quick chat wasn't spammed yet again, as it's been on full force the past minute, but Pygo reserving himself as he had no boost on that play, and nobody from Motion was pushing. 2 players rotating back, and then the third player not even in net. I mean, they've definitely looked better since taking out Game Captain. They look faster. They look a little bit more organized, but either way, the issue of just either players not calming or the rotation not being there is still present here. Somebody just needs to charge that ball before it's a dangerous opportunity, and they're just giving Pygo so much space that he almost scores again.
Yeah, Pygo is just, you give him the
got 8
opportunities.
goals.
you gotta recognize that. You gotta recognize that. That is crazy from Pygo. And you gotta recognize that he is the man that you gotta take out of the equation. And so far, Motion has not been able to do that, as now they're down to what's looking to be like their last couple chances here. Is Ascension with a 3-1 lead. Seuss Jr. looking for a shot towards net, but Teskimo picking up the savior medal. The great defender he is. Able to clear that one to the side, but now Motion. Josh able to get it by 1, but Pygo right there to meet him as he's into the ceiling. He's looking for something as a double commit comes out. Teskimo last back, makes a save, but this ball, again, dangerous, dropping down in front of his net, but he's able to get the clear, and now Bagels Motion, they've had their opportunities, but they're still down by 2 goals with a minute remaining and on the verge of getting swept.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to find something quick. Maybe try and demo Pygo here in the last minute to maybe open up some space. Because no offense to Hunter or Teskimo, former rival players, but Pygo is just running the field right now, 50ing his way through everybody, almost scoring off the ceiling. And they're still under duress on the defense. And unfortunately, I think the previous mistakes earlier on in the series, earlier on in this game, it's just gonna be too much of an insurmountable task to overcome here.
And 30 seconds remaining. Can they find it here? They're looking for something, but Hunter happy to pop that one up and waste some time as Tyler sends it back in. Motion, they've got to score now as they got to keep it in. Josh trying to send it back. Seuss Jr. coming up for this one, trying to send it to the corner, but precious seconds ticking away as a double quick comes out and Teskimo clearing that one down the field. And that is probably going to do it here as this one popped up in the midfield, and that'll definitely do it as Teskimo sends it high. Ascension coming out with a statement here, Bagels, as they pop the 3-0 victory here for Ascension. A great performance on their end, a 3-1 victory in this last game, and they really showed up here to improve to 2-0.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've never seen this in-game title before, but the tuna no crust, I have no idea what that is. But unfortunately, the synchronizing titles there for Motion,
No,
the camaraderie just not there. Perhaps maybe if they had Seuss Jr. in a little bit earlier on in the series, they could have done better. But I mean, even then, game captain wasn't even. I felt like he wasn't even dragging the team down. I felt like
no,
the team as a whole was dragging themselves down. But I mean, I'm not gonna frag on Motion too hard because honestly, it just looked like Ascension outclassed them. And again, they won in grand finals last season. And Ascension, if they can play like that against every other team, I'm not
yeah.
exactly sure what the playing field's looking like the rest of Challenger here. But Ascension, as far as this series is concerned, is looking dominant. And Pygo,
Yeah.
it's Pygo.
Yeah, if he plays like that, I think Challenger League has to be on a watch. As I mean, Tesco had a great game in the last one too, but really the story of this series was Pygo. Pygo coming up to Challenger League, making his name known here. Was that 8 goals, Bagels? He said in this one. Are you keeping
It was
track?
8 goals. Yeah, 8 goals in 3 games.
That's crazy. Almost 3 goals per game. Was that 2.67? I believe so. Almost 3 goals a game for Pygo and some nutty shots, leading Ascension to the victory there. So congrats to the Ascension boys. Started out the season 2-0. But the good news is for Motion. I think it's a couple of those things. It didn't really seem like it was mechanical. A lot of it was rotational. So that's the good news here in a long 18-game season for Challenger is Motion. They'll have a lot of time to bring it back and keep improving. So long season, but that's only our first matchup of the night here. Ascension versus Motion. It was a good one here for Ascension. And our next matchup coming your guys' way. It's gonna be another spicy one. As this time we are heading to the rival league. We have the Kings taking on the Pineapples, Bagels, and we won't go too in depth here, but this one is going to be an interesting one. As I heard Pineapples, they're pulling up some subs. I know Squirrel, who's been benched in the beginning of the season, is going to be playing, and the Kings roster, they've been touted as one of the best, but lost on Monday looking to rebound.
Yeah, I don't know why Squirrel's the sub. I don't understand. Maybe they know something we don't, but Squirrel should not be subbing. Squirrel is a quality player. And on the other side, you got Kings, who technically have 3 former Titan players on the rival team, and everybody's been kind of clowning on them thus far. But I mean, I'm excited to see how these two teams play, and I hope it'll be a close one for the second matchup of SNRL here.
Yeah, definitely so. And actually, Bagels, we do have a lot of time here to stall a little bit until the next game. I guess not a lot of time. Maybe we can get an interview. Maybe we can get Pygo in the waiting room. Can we get Pygo in the waiting room? I see he's in the chat.
Oh
Let's see.
no.
We'll get him in here, Bagels. Give ourselves a little bit of content while we wait. Hopefully he's still listening. We can get him in here. The good Saturday Rock League interview. We do have a lot of time, so between the next one, this one went pretty quick. I know I do gotta get the Bucks game, but here we go. Let's drag Pygo in here, the man himself here, who popped off. What's going on, Pygo?
What's up? I'm feeling
Uh,
good right now.
Yeah, I bet you are after those crazy shots, man. I mean, you came out here out of the gates and put in some highlight reel shots, moving up to challenger. It didn't really seem like you had any issues in this one.
No, honestly, it must have been luck though. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just fumbling my thumbs around when I had that what flip reset double tap. It
Yeah,
must be luck.
yeah, it must have been luck. I'd have to agree with that one. But yeah, you guys had a good performance. I mean, first time playing with you, Hunter, and Teskimo. How you feeling? How you feeling about that lineup right now?
Yeah, I mean, we've been having some really good chemistry lately and just kind of getting to know each other a little bit, and it's going really well, obviously. So,
Well, I know it's only the first week here, Pygo, and that was a hell of a dominant series. But I don't know exactly what the other challenger teams are looking like, how they're shaping up. But you think you guys got the back to back right now?
I like to hope I can probably bring this skill throughout the whole season and hopefully take the championship for challenger this season. That's what we're
Hey, you know
looking
what?
at.
Here's looking forward to it. The back to back for Ascension after the miserable first 3 seasons. Sorry, Rocker Man, but they were
Hey,
miserable. But honestly,
well,
you
you
might be
know.
onto something here with this
eh,
this this recent season 4, season 5, Rocker Man.
Uh, we're, we're making gains, Bagels. Steady improvement on the team. But yeah, Pygo, big congrats, a big game from you. Congrats on the dub, and we'll see you around.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so that was Pygo from Ascension who popped off this series. 8 goals in 3 games. So big congrats to the Ascension boys. But we are going to be heading to a short little break here as we wait for the next matchup. We have Kings taking on Pineapples. Like Bagel said, those Titan players coming down to Rival League, really bumping up the skill. They ended up losing to Galaxy on Monday, but they're looking for a bounce back here tonight. And then the Pineapples, who a lot of people have been hyping up. They are also down and injured here in this one. They'll still have 2 starters, but we'll have to see what's going to happen with Pineapples. That matchup coming up in just a little bit. No stream voting today as we had to set up this stream last minute. Again, huge shout out to Sageburner. He's the one running the show here. Really took up a lot of work today to get the stream set up to save me and save the rest of the team who's unavailable to stream tonight. So give some love to Sageburner in the chat, coming back and helping us out. And also shout out to everyone else who dropped some bits. I think Spork dropped some more and Shift Pro as well. So thank you guys for the support. But we're heading to a break here. We'll get stream voting back for next Saturday at Rocket League. But we're going to be heading to a short break again. Like I said, Kings Pineapple is coming up next. So stick around and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
I ran away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. I ran away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. Smoke is scanning to the sky. You can't believe your senses.
You think you've seen it all until you open your eyes. I never wanna be alone. This place is cursed. I want you to never leave my side. I run away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. We dream of feeling something. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. The world we used to know is burning down. We're always strong enough to build our own. We've been running for ages to search some light. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. We've been running for ages to search some light. We can feel every day after running for nights. We feel so alive. I run away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. I run away with you to see some light. When ashes drop